أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم. اللهم أرنا الحق حقا وارزقنا اتباعه وأرنا الباطل باطلا وارزقنا اجتنابه وعلمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما اللهم آمين. Brothers and sisters in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, few minutes with the one of the Sahaba Radwanullahi alayhim, or one of the wives of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. Inshallah, today we will talk about someone from the family of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. His wife Salama radiallahu anha, the mother of the believers radiallahu anha. May Allah be pleased with her. Allahumma ameen. Salama radiallahu anha, her name is Hind bint Umayyah ibn al-Mughira. Her name is Hind bint Umayyah ibn al-Mughira ibn Abdullah min Bani Makhzum. Her tribe is called Bani Makhzum. And her father, radiallahu anha, her father, he was one of the generous people, the most generous people in Quraysh, in Mecca. And even he had like a name with the karam, with the generosity or something like this. His name Zadul Rakb. Zadul Rakb, it means like the generosity with the people from the out of the towns. And radiallahu anha, she married one of her family, and his name Abu Salama. His name Abu Salama. And even we know his name like Abu Salama, but his real name is Abdullah ibn Abd al-Asad min Bani Makhzum also. Abdullah ibn Abd al-Asad. This is like the name of Abu Salama radiallahu anhu. And Abu Salama, he was like the cousin of the Prophet from the side of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam aunt. His aunt, this is like her son, Abu Salama Abdullah ibn Abd al-Asad. And radiallahu anhu, he married Salama, and they were from the people, they migrated for the first hijrah, the first migration to Al-Habasha, to the Abyssinian land. And as you know that we have like before the hijrah from the Mecca to Al-Madinah by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, some of the Sahaba, they migrated just to save themselves and to protect themselves from the harm of the infidels and unbelievers in Quraysh. They migrated to Al-Habasha 2 times, and like we have like 2 hijrah before the hijrah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to Al-Madinah. And when he came back and he found that the people, they migrated, the Muslims, they migrated beyond the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he migrated to Al-Madinah, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he had like Al-Ansar in Al-Madinah. Abu Salama said to himself that I have to migrate behind the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And when he started to migrate, radiallahu anhu, he was like the first one from his tribe. And the first migrated from his tribe, he was Abu Salama radiallahu anhu, Abdullah ibn Abd al-Asad. And when he started to migrate behind the Prophet, he had his family with him. He had Salama and his son Salama, and they started to migrate. And what happened now? The family of Salama, they saw him that he migrated, or he took his family to migrate behind the Prophet ﷺ. So they said to him that yourself is like owned by yourself. If you want to migrate behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, you can do. But for our sister, you can't take her with you. So they prevented her to join him in the hijrah. It's not only this, but also they take from her, his family, they took from her son. And they said that this is like our son. They didn't care about the woman as her son or something like this. They don't care about that here about as a mother. They took her son from her, and they said that the other family, they said no, he is our son. So they tried every party, they tried to take the kid till they took off his shoulder. And it's not only this, but they they took him from his mother, and they present her in their homes, and they let Abu Salma migrated behind the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And someone from the other families they saw her, or from her family they saw her when she had like this miserable status. After few days she cried and she didn't stop, because even they took her son and her husband, he migrated, and they present her, or they prevented her to come out from the home. And even she, when they saw her like this, someone just like he be like tender to her, and he talked with the people to just to return her son to her. And they did, after they like took off his shoulder from his body. And even after that, they gave her like the permission to, after few months, to migrate behind her husband. And she said that when I come to Al Medina, I met like Talha ibn Ubaidillah, or Uthman ibn Talha ibn Ubaidillah, and he took her to the place of the Abu Salama, and they stayed in Al Medina. And then they came to Ghazwat Uhud, and here her husband, he participated in the Ghazwa, and he got the Shahada radiallahu anhu. Abu Salama got the Shahada in the Ghazwa. She said about herself that I remember that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he said something that if someone he has affliction or like a calamity, and he said, or she said, we return to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything is in the hand of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we return to him, we shall return to him. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. We are belonging to Allah, and everything is returning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Oh Allah, grant me or give me the rizq in my calamity, and return or compensate something better than it to me. And I said this when Abu Salama, he got the Shahada and she lost him. She did this dua, and after few days from her iddah, the Prophet ﷺ came to her and he asked her to marry her. And she said, Ya Rasulullah, you are Rasulullah ﷺ, and I am an old woman, and she's poor, and she has like 4 sons or 4 kids, and also she's very jealous woman. You can't marry me. I had like these, like 3 disadvantages that you can't marry a woman like this. And the Prophet ﷺ said to her, radiallahu anh, and he said to her that if you are an old woman, I am older than you. And for your kids, they will be my kids. And for because you are a jealous woman, inshallah, I'll ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to remove it from your heart. And the Prophet, and after that, she gave the permission to the Prophet ﷺ to marry her, and he married her, and she became like a mother of the believers. And she remembered the hadith for the person that he has a calamity or he has a problem, and he said, or she said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Allahumma ajirni fi musibati wa khulufni khayran minha. It means we are belonging to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we shall return to him. O Allah, grant me the rizq in my calamity, and compensate better what is better than it to me. And she remembered this hadith, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he married her, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala like replaced or recompensate here subhanahu wa ta'ala with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And he sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he was like the best father, or the better, or the best father for the kids. And even she narrated many hadith about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And even wallahi, when I searched about Salama once, I found that some people they like wrote books about Salama, just only about Salama. She has a great mind. She has a great mind. In the even radiallahu anha, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed many times the Quran about her concerning what she said, what she asked. Many times she asked the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam many things. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran for her questions radiallahu anha. From the ayat that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he got as a revelation from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as a question from her, she said, Salama, she said, Ya Rasulullah, تغزو الرجال ولا نغزو وإنما لنا نصف الميراث. Yani she said to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the men, they have like the right to like have jihad, or they can share you in the battles or something like this, and we can't do this. And also we have like the half of the mirath. How is it? We need just to have the ajr, the reward like the men. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed like an ayah, وَلَا تَتَمَنَّوْا مَا فَضَّلَ اللَّهُ بِهِ بَعْضَكُمْ عَلَى بَعْضٍ in Surah An-Nisa. Don't wish what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala granted some and He prevented others. لِلرِّجَالِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا اكْتَسَبُوا وَلِلنِّسَاءِ نَصِيبٌ مِمَّا اكْتَسَبُوا. For the men, what they have earned, and for the women, what they have earned. And also another ayah when she said, Ya Rasulullah, always Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran said, Al-Muslimin, Al-Mu'mineen, Al-Mu'minun. He didn't mention the women. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verse in Surah Al-Ahzab, Inna al-Muslimina wal-Muslimat wal-Mu'minina wal-Mu'minat, to the end of the ayah. So he mentioned like the men and the women in this ayah. But by this, in this point, yani, as you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when He commanded the men with something, it is also a command for the women. As sometimes you know from the balagha, from like the etiquettes in Arabic language, that if you have like a community, okay, and you have like some men and some women, when you talk, your hadith, your talk, your speech, like is like it takes like the sense that you talk to the men, as you as like this is the jama'ah. So the jama'ah, it means like the man, the men and the women. But when you talk, just you have like you said like brothers, assalamu alaikum, shafi. You so you mean the brothers and sister. It doesn't mean that you didn't mention the sister. It means like everyone. So, but Salama, she had like something against this, or something just she asked about this. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the Quran for her questions. Many ayat in the Quran Kareem that was revealed, because even Salama radiallahu anha, for this ayah, also because she asked why we didn't mention the women. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said also the other surah and other verse in Surah Ali Imran, فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُمْ رَبُّهُم. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded for them, أَنِّي لَا أُضِيعُ عَمَلَ عَامِلٍ. When she asked the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Ya Rasulullah, we didn't hear the name of the women in the Hijrah. Already we migrated, because she migrated to Al-Habasha, to Abyssinian land, and we didn't hear anything about the women. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed the verse in Surah Ali Imran, فَاسْتَجَابَ لَهُمْ رَبُّهُم. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala responded to them, I will not lose your action, your reward. من عمل منكم أو عمل أو لا أضيع عمل عامل منكم من ذكر أو أنثى. I will not like lose or let you lose any action that you do from by any a man or a woman. So also this verse was revealed for the question of Salama radiallahu anha. Also, she had like many situations with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I just like mentioned like just one situation. Even when we talk about Salama, mashallah, she had like many situations and many narrations from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and all the narrations and everything she narrated, even it gives us like something about, or gives us something about the mentality of Salama radiallahu anha, and how she was wise woman, how she was a smart woman radiallahu anha. She has like wisdom. Even when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Sulh al-Hudaybiyah, he commanded the Sahaba, when the infidels they prevented the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to do the Umrah, the small pilgrimage in Mecca, and he commanded the people, even they didn't do Umrah, just to shave and to slaughter the animal. And the people they didn't do. Yani when the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he asked them to do this, the people they didn't like stand up to do what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam commanded them. Then the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam he worried about the people, because they didn't do Umrah, as you know. From the actions of the Umrah, after you finish the Umrah, you shave your head, and even and during the Umrah also you can slaughter like an animal. And they didn't do the Umrah because the infidels, they prevented them to enter Mecca. Then the Prophet ﷺ commanded them to do like the actions of the Umrah, even they didn't do the Umrah. And the people, they didn't understand, or they didn't accept this, yani something we didn't do, Ya Rasulullah, we can go and do the Umrah like firstly, and after that we can shave our heads or something like this. And the Prophet ﷺ when he came back to his tent, and Salama, she was with him, and he said to her that the people will be destroyed. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will punish them. They didn't accept my command. As you know, as you ask your kids like to do something and they didn't like accept this totally, they do it like they hesitated to do it. The people, they did something like this with the Prophet. So the Prophet ﷺ, he worried about them that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala punished them immediately now. So he went to Salama and she said, Ya Rasulullah, don't say to them anything else, but just go and shave your head and slaughter the animal, and everyone will do like you. Because the people, they have like something from the thinking that why the Prophet ﷺ commanded us this and we didn't do the Umrah. Then when he ﷺ, he came out and he shaved his head and ﷺ, and he slaughtered the animal, all the people, they do the same. So it was like the consultation of Salama radiallahu anha. So Salama radiallahu anha, she had like the many situations radiallahu anha to be like the consultant to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and also all the narrations and all the situations that she had, even after the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, she had also the wisdom and the smart woman. She was like the smart woman radiallahu anha. Just as you know, brothers and sisters, we just open like something about Salama radiallahu anha, Hind bint Umayyah, just to read about her. We didn't mention anything about her, just like something, just to know her. Hind bint Umayyah radiallahu anha, the Salama, the mother of the believers radiallahu anha. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to gather us with the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us with the knowledge about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and the Sahaba and his family. Allahumma ameen. Inshallah, brothers and sisters in Islam, this is like the answer for our competition. Yesterday, I sent it yesterday. And this is like I meant by the question number 2 is Salama radiallahu anha. For the ayah, the verse I meant to mention in the juz like number 23, الجزء الثالث والعشرين. It is like Surah Sad. It is Surah Sad. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the verse number 18, إنا سخرنا الجبال معه يسبحن بالعشي والإشراق والطير محشورة كل له أواب. This is Surah Sad. I know that we have like another verse. It's not like this, but it is like the verse in Surah Saba. Some brothers, and some sisters also, they thought I meant this. No, I mean the surah in the verse, sorry, in the Surah Sad, and also in the juz or the part 23 part. So inshallah it is like إنا سخرنا الجبال معه يسبحن بالعشي والإشراق والطير محشورة كل له أواب. Surah Sad, the verse number 18. And for the second question, Salama. So inshallah the winner today is Ismail Hussein, our son Ismail, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless him and his family. Allahumma ameen. And he was like the first one he sent the true answer. I know that some sisters and some brothers they sent to us, but Ismail, he sent like the right answer. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant him with the knowledge and the barak. Allahumma ameen, and his family and all of us and our kids. Allahumma ameen. Inshallah, see you soon, inshallah, tomorrow. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our deeds today. Inshallah, it's an odd night. So I recommend and remind myself and you just to do as we can today, inshallah. And don't forget the dua. Allahumma innaka afuun tuhibbul afwa fa'fu anna. And also don't forget to just even to pray like even 2 rak'ah and recite something from Al Quran Kareem and to make istighfar as you can, and to do dua for yourself and for your family and for who passed away before us. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to shower his mercy upon us and everyone. And also don't forget to ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to relieve the hardship that we have, and to ask him subhanahu wa ta'ala to let us come again and gather again to al-masajid, in al-masajid. Allahumma ameen. Any question from the brothers and sisters we have? Anyone need any question? Okay, inshallah, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us with the knowledge, inshallah, and see you tomorrow, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.